Today I want to talk about the best Christmas pageant ever. Hi, my name's Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. On my channel, we talk about all things homeschool. I have a 5th grader and we are really enjoying this ride, and I'm enjoying sharing it with you and learning from you through YouTube. So if you have not subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I really appreciate it. I just did a video on our holiday plans in our homeschool, which I will link up here. And I did receive a number of questions about our unit study that we were planning on doing on the best Christmas pageant ever. And so I just want to take this opportunity to walk through what we are planning on doing. If I have not answered your questions in this video, please make sure that you leave them in the comments below, because I really want to make sure that I answer everything to the best of my ability. So the best Christmas pageant ever. This is, if you haven't read this in your homeschool, I highly encourage you to. It is a great story. Last year, we read the book and we watched the movie. It was wonderful. My daughter loved it. This year, we are going to do the Progeny Press the best Christmas pageant ever study. And what we are doing is we are going to take a break from our reading, our English grammar curriculum, our writing curriculum, our vocabulary. So all of those great language arts, we're taking a break from to do this. Now, the way this is set up, they give you notes to instructor, and they do recommend that you have the student read the book before you start the study, and then you're going to read it again during the study. Now, we read it last year, so I'm considering that having read it before, and then we're going to work on the study. So there's a synopsis about the book, and then you get into pre-reading activities, and then it goes chapter by chapter. You can see for each chapter, it talks about the vocabulary within the chapter. Now, what I found on Teachers Pay Teachers, which of course is one of my favorites, they have some great free downloads. So anything that I'm talking about from Teachers Pay Teachers, I just downloaded for free, and I'll make sure that I include those links below. But they have these cute vocabulary cards that go with this story. And so we're going to use these great vocabulary cards. I'm going to laminate them, and then we'll do things like play memory or something like that with regards to these cards, just to reinforce the vocabulary. So again, for each chapter, you'll have the vocabulary, and then they really do an in-depth into each chapter. So for example, chapter 1, they talk about fact and opinion. They also talk about point of view. There are questions to be answered. There's a section for digging deeper. Now, these do go into biblical references. So this is a Christian curriculum, Christian unit study. It does really point the student to the Bible for any of the digging deeper sections. And then for chapter 2, it starts talking about the mood. And again, it's set up the same way, where you have questions and digging deeper. And then we get into the vocabulary for 3 and 4. And then for each chapter, you have different questions. Digging deeper, for example, for chapters 3 and 4, you're going to be looking at Mark chapter 9, 36 and 37. Then for chapter 4, you're talking about idioms. So this study it has questions, it has writing components, it has biblical components. You're digging deeper. You're thinking about the story. There are also optional activities, because this study is for grades 4 through 6. There are activities for younger than for older as well. For example, in this one, a version of the Christmas story as you would explain it to someone who has never heard it. So there are quite a few activities that you can choose to utilize or not utilize. Sometimes it's just a word search or fill in the blank for the questions. And so this is something that I really am excited about because it's asking questions where you can't just look up the facts. You have to think about it. So for example, what do you think would have happened if Alice would have just kept quiet? That's pretty interesting. Also discusses similes, and then there is a summary. Well, in the summary, you're talking about your character studies, your themes. You're doing discussion. Also, they have a final writing project. There are ideas for post-reading activities. And so I'm really excited about this study guide that we're doing. Now, I did get a couple of other things off of Teachers Pay Teachers, and I don't know if I'm really going to use them or not, but they were free, and I think that they will help if we do use them. So for example, here is a one-pager on the plot of the story, so you can talk about the conflict, the resolution, the important events, the climax. And so I think that this is going to be a great one-pager if we decide to do it. Also, I found some comprehension questions. And again, I don't know if I'm going to use these. I do want to use this one because it's all about cause and effect. And I think that this is a really good concept to understand, and I think this is a fun way to practice it. Those are our plans for the best Christmas pageant ever study. I am so excited about it, and I'm really looking forward to how it goes and if my daughter enjoys it as much as I think she will. Again, I hope that this video has been helpful to you, and I hope that you're having a great holiday. I'll see you next time. Bye.